How much longer can we drag this? Is it over? Is it not over? Is it actually over? Is it saved? Since you got another video about the newest One Punch Man. Again, it's a commercial, right? It's not an actual trailer, therefore we shouldn't really judge it. I thought the overall art style looked great, right? The compositing, everything looks great. It's just, how is it gonna move when we start fighting?
It's over. It's actually over.
Yeah?
It's not over.
I don't know what's going on.
Holy, there'll be filler content. You know, from the Magi Festival, I wasn't expecting them to show anything, but they did.
They be whoring Speed of Sonic out like crazy, huh?
But they did. So yeah, another CM. Well, at least it's 3 times longer now. We got a lot of showcasing of the heroes and the villain side. There's not much to really
Black
unfold.
Sperm!
I think from the other PV, we saw it's obvious that the aesthetic, or more accurately, the compositing is looking way better than Season 2. Also, compositing,
Yeah.
not composition. You monk.
Yeah, I think I also say that too, right? Compositing versus composition, it's like a word that's very similar. It's like when someone says empirical data versus imperial data, right?
You monkey. Gotta stop saying monkey. Of course, not saying the compositing artist for Season 2. Okouchi is bad. It's just that this type of post-processing on the characters, especially in the metal textures, are a bit too ambitious for a project that had a terrible scheduling. I think Okouchi was trying the same type of compositing like Taboo Tattoo and Prison School.
Okay.
He was a director of
Prison
photography
School?
for both shows, and you can see
Yeah, when are we gonna watch Prison School, man? I haven't seen that get mentioned in the community polls just yet. I hear it's a crazy comedy show.
the same traits or makeup comp in the characters that he actually wanted. Some of the other characters' drawings, like Black...
Sperm?
Wait, I forgot he's not in the anime yet. You can definitely tell that the drawing...
I guess he never got announced his name just yet. It's crazy though. Bro's name is Black Sperm. Because he looks like a sperm and he's, what, doing a blackface? I don't know.
quality is all over the place. Not saying that in a bad way, but there's different animation directors.
Speaking of blackface, this guy's literally black body, bro. This guy ain't black. Racist. Racist Darkshine, bro. Cancel him.
Or chief animation directors that corrected the drawings. There's ones with bolder lines like King, Garo, Bang.
Yeah, and this kind of reminds me of like, what's it called? Assassination Classroom compositing. Just because of the outlines, the bold black outlines.
Bang's drawing looks the best from the CM. Is it Bang or Bang? And there's one with less...
It's... Well, there's Bang and there's Bomb, right? Koreans say Bang. 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 I think we call it Bang. I don't know. It's B-A-N-G. It's not B-A-N-G. There's supposed to be sound effects of like bang, boom, bomb, right? I call him Bang.
bolder lines. Of course, it's not just that. There's other different factors that makes the drawing different. The color design and comp is great, as expected. Although I'm not saying it's the most aesthetically pleasing shit ever. No.
It's good
but
enough.
It's definitely better than Season 2. Metal Knight's metal textures look hella good. They also add some hatching lines on the metal parts, which is a nice add. There's also some...
This guy... I meant Drive Nut, but I think this is the same villain from Season 2. I forget. I don't think this is Metal Knight. Drive Knight has a more centaur looking figure, right? Did he have a different mode that turns into this? I kind of forget.
look hella good. They also add some hatching lines on the metal parts, which
Nice.
is a
Details.
nice add. There's also some small, very minor...
What? The difference is unreal, and I am so happy it looks better than I thought. Bro's name is JC Staff Believer. Do you know what they did here? This is what they did. Alright, this is what they did. Before. After. Before. After. Before. After. Before. After.
Minor? Ooh. I'm not gonna make a joke of that. Minor compositing changes is just that...
Immediately says minor compositing changes with Tatsumaki in the frame, but she's not a minor. Yeah, again, it just like the colors, right? This is more green. This looks more, I don't know, like Vaseline's put on the fucking screen. This one is more, I don't know, just plain more digestible by the eyes. I don't know, man. It's very insignificant changes in my opinion.
The blooming is toned down a bit
Yeah.
more. There's literally not much of a difference, but the Child Emperor scene and the Tatsumaki scene, the bloom effect makes it look better in my opinion. I don't know why people prefer the new one. I feel like some people misunderstood compositing choices versus TV regulation, dimming, and ghosting.
Okay.
That's not the same. I think these type of blooming is very important for mixing the overall character and the background to get that perfect lighting. Of course, there's different philosophies on compositing for certain shows.
Oh, these are good examples. Definitely the one in the bottom with the blooming, the after, it adds that extra like fantasy aura, right?
On compositing for certain shows, or even like
Yo, this one was... I parry everything. Oh my god, it's the Shield Girl. This anime was alright. Season 2 is announced. That's not crazy, bro. It's coming.
on compositing for certain shows, or even like openings.
Oh,
You
Apothecary.
can see like the
Blooming,
opening and
the
then
lighting.
the show. You can have two different shit. And this Garo scene looks completely different. People said the drawing looks different. It's not different.
I don't know. It just feels like, again, they've made things more bright, added lighting in the background, and like saturated a little bit after increasing the lighting. It is such an insignificant change to me. I don't know. I maybe I'm just being too much of a grouchy unk, but man, this is giving people hope. I guess it's better than nothing.
The drawing looks different. It's not different at all. It's just that the colors are different. I
Yeah.
think this is the same as we saw in the first CM. I think it's just such a different lighting choice for the same seed. Maybe this is when the lights got turned on.
The scene right after they turned. Personally, I like the lighting because now you can see the numerous amount of, you know, villain association people, and it's like, wow, the scale of the threat is bigger, you know.
I don't know. Of course, these changes can be done in post-production, so it's not that crazy, but it is concerning. I know people are gonna say this scene is
Yeah, this is at 5 seconds of the animation. That's it, bro. Which was pretty much a PowerPoint.
PNG. First of all, yes, it is.
Yeah.
But it's mostly for comedic purposes. I do wish that Saitama moved a bit more, like his fist moving slowly up or something. They did do a live dubbing for a scene in episode 1.
Cool.
I don't know if I can play it. I
Leaks.
won't, just to be safe. And the OST that they played in the festival for season 3.
Garo's theme.
Oh my god. I just screamed down there. I mean, I wasn't worried about the OST. Miyazaki will do an amazing job at it.
All right.
I still think it's kind of bad that they haven't shown a action scene yet. Maybe they are
Yes.
saving it for the actual trailers.
Like, give me... I don't want to spoil the fight lineups, but there's a specific matchup with Garo that I'm really looking forward to. It's Garo versus a certain S-rank hero that we've seen in this trailer already, and it is one of like the turning points for Garo's growth. It is such a fucking hype and insane scene. I cried reading the webcomic and then reading the read. I think the redrawn version in the manga is better than the webcomic version, which is gonna be like, wow, isn't that like, you know, obvious that like you redrew it and it's gonna be like better? But no. I think the webcomic, sometimes the story narrative purposes, I think is better some moments, right? The final arc where Saitama versus Garo, I actually prefer the webcomic version one due to there's a lot of aura building, you know, scene with Saitama versus Garo leading up that the redrawn one kind of skipped. But regardless, there's a fight with Garo, man, and oh my god, like I read it and I was like, this is peak. I'm like crying reading a manga because the fight is like, holy shit.
Since people are assuming that there's gonna be another trailer before the show airs, they did show a pre-animated cut that was from the first trailer, PV thing, whatever, that Aoki animated. I don't know if they're gonna use that in the anime. Of course, pre-animated stuff can be used in the TV
I hope they do.
series. We saw it with like, I don't know, example, Mushoku Tensei doing that, but a lot of the aesthetic change to match with the episode. I still think we need foolproof evidence of the action stuff, which that is the most important thing so that we can judge it, how good the season will look. Although again, this season will definitely be inconsistent in terms of animation, drawing quality, all departments. I keep saying schedule bad, sending death threats to staff, retarded. These
I hear that the director literally got locked out of his Twitter account. I don't know what exactly happened. He was being very honest, very transparent. Maybe the production staff didn't like it. Maybe he did. I don't know, but he made a formal announcement that's it's like, yep, we are no longer going to be communicating for this account. It is shut down as of now. What is this? This is Sinchi reposting a tweet from a guy named sus.com. You know, I used to feel bad for the staff that got the death threats. Not gonna lie. I might even... This is fun to you? I don't really know how the artist or author for One Punch Man is saying this, but I wouldn't take this disrespect on my art. Again, it's just a bunch of edgy children, right? It's just a bunch of edgy children who actually has never experienced any friends or family dying. They have no understanding of the life at large. They live in sheltered environments, typing away on their smartphones because they're miserable, lonely, pathetic losers that has no actual fulfillment in life. It's just a bunch of edgy kids. And that's why I fully support censoring minors on social media. You're gonna think I'm crazy. I think that the government should absolutely work with social media. I'm not saying private companies should all get your information, but I think the government should have a handle on social media. And there is no way that random ass 14, 16-year-old like kids, minors should be on social media sending death threats or rage baiting or all that shit. It's just not healthy for anybody.
retarded. These dialogue scenes are not really the end-all be-all stuff. Yes, it does look stiff, kinda. I think people don't really look at these type of scenes
Silent
where
Witch
movement can be subtle, and that's
Makin.
why it looks good. I'm not saying it's like the, you know, craziest amount of character acting moments. It's more so about how much characters move.
It
even
pops,
if it's just
it moves.
a slight head turn, subtle expression change, stuff like that. But this project is heavy on the action stuff, so if they don't really do much on the mundane dialogue stuff, then more stuff to the fights. Character
Hopefully, right? I hope that's what happens. Yeah, I feel like character acting is something that people don't really appreciate, right? I think that like the average anime watcher doesn't understand what character acting means. I mean, I didn't either until I had to fucking look into it and realize that it's basically the act of animating these expressions, right? Like Komari here is nervous and anxious, and you can see all these different scenes of her moving and fidgeting around, and that itself is movement, but something that I feel a lot of average people would watch and say, nothing's happening, right? Background art also, I think, is something that is very underlooked. I think that people who are actively trying to look at the background arts, the different layers, and try to understand, like, you know, how it all comes together and it enhances certain scenes is also something that's overlooked because the average fans just kind of want to see flashy lights, right? They want to see flashy Sakuga, flashy this and that. And what's the likelihood of JC staff, you know, min-maxing the character acting in order to put it all into the action? I don't know. I don't know. Maybe. Hopefully.
the action stuff, so if they don't really do much on the mundane dialogue stuff, then more stuff to the fights. Character acting is not really a necessity, especially for a battle shonen, but if you have the talent and, of course, time to do it, they will do it. Just look at Dandadan, Chainsaw Man, or even JJK Season 3. I mean, hell, Season 2...
the fucking monkey character acting.
or even JJK Season 3. I mean, hell, Season 2 of One Punch Man, there are some really good character acting moments. Of course, comparing JJK and Chainsaw Man's production to OPM Season 3 is not really a good comparison. Does it deserve the same quality?
Yes, I think it does. I think One Punch Man absolutely should be on that Chainsaw Man, Jujutsu Kaisen, Demon Slayer quality. Why not?
Hell yeah, but comparing the peaks of what TV anime can do with the whole new gen talent, and you have One Punch Man Season 3, then yeah. I mean,
Why? Why are they not giving it love? Why? What is their issue with it?
we can compare schedules. Corporate greed, guys. Woo! OPM Season 3 is not a Sakuga.
I think that One Punch Man Season 3, or just One Punch Man project in itself, should be a case study done to thoroughly understand that no matter how much of an amazing IP and source material you have, when handled wrong, it can just all fall apart. It's also just so fascinating how it all started with like Studio Madhouse, right? I think it was Madhouse that just gave Season 1 such a love letter, you know, production, and it was amazing. And then it got handed off, and then the downgrade was so significant that no matter how decent it may have looked in season 2, people shit on it. And in season 3, leading into, we don't know how it's gonna look, but man, it's been messy, right? The lack of advertisements, the way that they are just not confident about anything to show anything, right? Now we're getting little bits and commercials without any actual movement for a fucking like, you know, actual like fight scenes. It's crazy. It's crazy, and it's all due to just improper management of corporate resources. Who knows who actually got involved and had a personal, you know, hand on things, but man, something like this getting done so dirty, it's wild.
So you know it doesn't have that type of talent or even time to begin with. I think it's an unrealistic expectation to get another season 1. That's just stupid. You don't need to confirm it with Shinpei Nagai. Maybe if a massive rock hits you in the head at 5:30 a.m., maybe I'll believe you're retarded. But expecting season 1's quality without any notable talent in the core staff, then that's obvious that's not really gonna be the peaks of the peaks. Of course, if JC's
Not asking for a 9.5 out of 10 though, right? I'm just saying, please don't give me a 7. Give me an 8 point something, right? I'm not asking again for season 1. Just give me like 8 point something, not a 9 point something.
staff had like 2 years to work on it, it will look good. I think a lot of people would be satisfied by the product. They have the talent to make a good looking product.
They do!
Will it look better than Sakamoto Days? I mean, aesthetic.
I hope so. If they can't outdo Saka Days. And no disrespect to Saka. I think season 2 Saka Days was pretty damn good. I enjoyed it so much. Way better in season 1. I think the source material covering the story arcs too is why it's so hyped too. But dude, if it's not at least on Saka season 2 quality, like,
It looks better, but we'll see. I mentioned before with the backwater dungeon thing, probably Aoki will also participate in that show.
Oh, yeah.
Same with the regulars in JC staff.
Yeah, there's some motherfucking JC anime happening with like people's, you know, like the directors who has worked on like the elites like Danmachi and Railgun from it, and it's like, damn, y'all fucking wasting your time on that?
From the trailer, this cut looks like Aoki's effects patterns that he usually
Wait. Was this the Munchkin? Because I hear the backwater betrayed in the backwater dungeon. No, it's a different one. Yeah, this is a gacha show. There's another show that was like Munchkin something. I forget what it was. That one got delayed. That has nothing to do with this though.
use in his animation, whatever, like Danmachi, or even in the pre-animated trailer that he did for OPM Season 3. With all the information we saw, which is still very minimal, I think it's safe to assume aesthetically Season 3 will look better than Season 2.
Is it gonna be like Blue Lock though? Right? Aesthetically, Blue Lock Season 2 looks great when it's paused. What happens when it moves though?
But animation-wise, we'll just have to wait and see in a couple of weeks from now. Hopefully, people are saying there might be an actual trailer for Season 3 somewhere in October.
They've been saying this shit, bro. October? Nah, the copers in my chat was like, no, this is not a real trailer. You're unfair. No, this is a CM. You have to wait till September 14th. Something real. It's September 20th now. No trailer. Y'all just fucking capping out of your ass.
If they do the same thing in Season 2, although it might be Copium. Well, actually, it might not be Copium because they need to release a fucking trailer. Hopefully JC Stuff can do it with the minimal amount of time that they have to at least please the audience that have a reasonable expectation. I also love that Shinpei Nagai, the director for Season 3, is just replying to everyone.
Yeah, and now he's locked out. I think he was communicating a little bit too transparently and honestly for the production staff to be comfortable with. They literally locked him out. No more communication from this account.
If he gets tagged on something, it's very rare to see a director to be this vocal. Well, not that vocal with the anime related stuff because
I think it's a good idea to set expectations and to communicate with fans that what's actually happening so that he doesn't get crucified when the inevitable happens. That's what I think he's doing, right? Like to talk with the people and to let them know at least that like he's earnest and he's honest about this so that again, right? Because like so many people will just blame this guy for out of ignorance because they think that this guy hates One Punch Man when they don't even realize he's a sacrificial lamb placed onto this with this minimal involvement in anything action oriented. He's a slice of life comedy hentai guy, you know? So like, again, he even said like, why would they put me onto this? This is crazy. I'll do my best.
NDAs and shit. Also, thanks to Burst and Loic for the bingo list for OPM Season 3. I'll be using that
All
for
right, sure.
my reaction. If you guys like this video, leave a like. If you
didn't, leave a like.
Comment down below what your thoughts about the second CM and the event.
The second CM is just meh, right? It's just kind of eh. I think that the art, though, looks fantastic. And that doesn't mean much because we're not talking about manga. We're talking about anime, animation. Anytime you think that still frames are good, I implore you to go check out Blue Lock Season 2, okay? Blue Lock Season 2, I think, is the perfect example that you want to show people to say, oh, these still frames look good? All right, fucking play the clip. You're not seeing anything. But we'll wait for further news, and hopefully there's going to be something more certain before we go into this cursed season coming up. Please check out Sinchi's channel. Here is the link to their video. Go give it a like. Check out his other content for more production value analysis to educate yourself if you want to. See you next time.